Hi, everybody. Welcome to Saturday. I'm streaming. I'm sporting my brand new Nate Trash's Trash Talk uh, t shirt. If you're not following Trash Talk, you really should. Nate Trash is a homie from years back, and he's got a podcast that talks about the local music community. So give that a whistle if such things whet your appetite. They do mine. So I quite enjoy, and Nate Trash is just he's good people. Giant heart on them. It's heart for the record. That was giant heart on him, not giant heart on. Although I'm sure but I'm not speaking from any degree of experience there. Hope everyone's doing well. I'm doing good. I had a weird few weeks. Everyone knows about the fact that I had a pinched nerve in my arm. It's still pinched. It's not in pain, but I can't feel my thumb all the way, which is fun. And by fun, I mean completely freaky. Probably just a good harbinger of the dooms that are to come. But, whatever. I noticed that my tooth was bugging me. My tooth, I've got no dent. I'm going to talk about dentistry for a minute because I think it's an important thing that is funny. We actually know that dentistry is important. I know that dentistry is important. But I'm one of the poors. I'm not really a poor in that, on paper, I have a really good job. I make good money. I am not in any way complaining about that. But I have a lot of mouths to feed, which is totally fine. I like feeding mouths, especially, the ones that I feed are all people that I care about. So that's a good thing. But it means that at the end of the day, I don't have the money for things like going to a dentist on a regular basis. I don't have benefits through my work because I'm a consultant, because consultants make slightly more cash as opposed to getting all the nice benefits and things. And I need that cash in order to pay all of the support payments and things that I need to pay. So I just don't have benefits, and haven't for 20 years. So I'm gonna mention, and Nancy mentions Albertans for universal dental care. That's the whole point. I'm bringing this up. Dental care is important. It's and it's not me going guys, I think it's important to brush your teeth. I have terrible fucking teeth, and it's because I've gone 20 years without benefits. They're a constant fear. I've had dreams where my teeth are falling apart in my mouth, and everyone's like, "Oh, that means you're worried about money." No, it means I literally have teeth that will fall apart in my mouth at any time because things are terrible. I'm luckily in a position where when these things pop up, I can usually sort of pivot a little bit. I was able to deal with it this month. I had to get a molar pulled out. So it's been 2/3 of a tooth for quite a long time, which is not a good thing. But I keep it clean. It's not gross. It's just broken. And it wasn't causing me a whole lot of pain. And then all of a sudden it was. It was to the point where I thought I might have an abscess. I don't think I did have an abscess, but it was a bunch of pain. So I had to go to the dentist, get it yanked, between x-rays to make sure that they know where my nerves are, which didn't seem to help because they had to shoot me full of 800 different shots of Novocaine because every time they're like, "Okay, we're good." I'm like, "No, you're not." But the x-ray for that and the yanking of the molar and then medication to make sure I don't get an infection, it was over $500. I live in a country where we have universal health care. And I think the fact that we don't have universal dentistry is actually really stupid. I think the fact that anyone doesn't have universal dentistry is really stupid. Dentistry is important. And I'm not talking about oh yeah, you have to have a pretty smile to be successful in life. I'm successful. I have an ugly smile. But there's strong correlations between things like dental abscesses are the number one form of abscess, if I understand correctly, that people can get. And dental abscesses, or abscesses in general, are the number one way to throw a stroke. You get a blood clot that is associated with the abscess, it gets thrown, you have a stroke, and things are bad. My ex-wife's second cousin's husband, which sounds like an impossible, oh yeah, that's my mother's uncle's jeweler's best friend's daughter who's in school right now, and nothing like that. This is someone that I've hung out with and had beers with. He went to Mexico, and while he was there, he started to get a dental abscess. Took the plane home. The next day, it was bugging him, so he decided. I think he went out to like get pain medicine or something like that. Went to the drugstore, picked something up, came home, and got to his driveway, and he couldn't. He had a stroke, and he couldn't like. He's in a moving car, and he was aware enough to like step on the brakes, and he just knew like keep the brake pushed, and he sat like that for about 45 minutes until his wife came home and saw him like bathed in sweat in the car halfway in the driveway, and she's like, what's going on, Francis? And he was like, because stroke. And he survived the stroke, and as far as I understand things, he's recovered quite a bit. But like, that's bad. That was from a bad tooth. Not only that, it turns out, weirdest thing, I know, stay with me on this one. When your mouth is not good and is full of like bacteria and hate, there's a hole in the back of your mouth. A lot of people don't know about this. Leads inside the rest of your body, into your stomach and all that stuff. It turns out, wacky thought, it's bad to have bad teeth because it affects your gastrointestinal health. It affects your cardiac health. It affects everything. So why we don't have universal dental care, I don't know. There is a group that my friend Nancy pointed out in the Facebook chat, Albertans for Universal Dental Care. I highly recommend people, like, we should start this conversation. I know America is like, wait, you guys get free heart disease cures? That's crazy. But like, yeah, we should be looking after people's health, and that includes their dental health. I'm not talking about like free manicures, because if you get a hangnail, it can lead to blood poisoning. I'm not talking about anything silly like that. I'm talking about legitimate. There is plenty of studies that show a correlation between the health in your face parts and the health in your heart and your chest, and your throwing strokes and shit like that. These are all important things. Let's make some change. Let's and before anyone goes, but who will pay for it, Jim? I'll tell you who'll pay for it. Tax the fucking rich. Let's start putting pressure on people to make sure that our mouth health is taken into account. I'm lucky enough that, being a not quite poor enough poor, I was able to cover the cost of my tooth extraction. The last time I had a tooth extraction, I wasn't. I actually had to borrow money from a friend to get my tooth pulled when it was like a legit dental abscess and bad. And I literally, like the day before I had my appointment, I took a pin and jabbed it and squeezed out the hate because it was so much pain and I couldn't do anything about it. And I had to borrow money to get a tooth yanked, which is weird and pathetic and messy and all sorts of bad things. So I feel like this is something that needs to change. I feel like if you're living in America, you also should have universal health and universal dental. And it should just be a thing that we're doing now. So let's yell at people until they make that happen. Sound good? All right. First off, I want to say thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed, please like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Thank you to my patrons that support me on Patreon. First, to the followers. Thank you to I Am Canadian. The prophets, those who receive the whispered truths before the masses. Special huge thanks go to my one prophet, Shithead Dave Anderson, the gods. This tier is the most expensive and likely to never have any members, but Patreon really told me I should have one, so it's true, I guess. There are no gods. If you want to be a patron, head over to www.patreon.com/BigUglyJim and sign up, and you too can get a hearty, rousing, full of love thanking. I try to put up stuff at least once a week, and I live stream every Saturday at noon Mountain Time on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, like an old man. Again, thanks for watching, and have a kick-ass day.